Oh, hi.
Asa.
It's Friday.
No.
Mm-hmm. 2 podcasts this week. 2 days apart. Episode 20 is motherfucking here! Touch me!
Oh God, I'm so not prepared.
20 episodes. I hope
Big achievement, milestone.
you're as moist as our hands from sweat just then. Be moist. Be ready. Welcome to Decipher Podcast episode 20. This is Robert.
This is... Well, we're going to find out.
Kieran.
We're going to find out. Because today is part 2 of our... Whatever we're calling it. It's not
The
really
versus
like it's a
saga.
versus. It's a battle. It's a battle then, if we are versus.
Mm.
But this is part 2 of the Great Battle.
Yes.
Where I will be asking Kieran...
Oh, shit.
You just... it's worth pointing out that even though this is a really big episode, neither one of us have slept enough for this.
No.
And we're both fucking dead.
And we had, thanks to your planning, 2 days to get this ready.
Yeah.
Kind of 1 day to get this ready. Yesterday to get it ready, today to film it. Because we're both working human beings and we would like to keep it that way. Not that this podcast affects it. Right, so first of all, with the news, we have a lot of news. We're not going to tell you all of it because we haven't prepared it all.
Do you know that one?
Yeah, so former Deicide, an obituary guitarist is in a coma after suffering a heart attack. We're literally reading headlines here. Let's just thank you to Loudwire because we went to Loudwire for all this news. Journalists.
Yeah.
So NoFX. NoFX is a punk band. You heard of them?
Yes, and they... So I know of them. I didn't get a chance to read, obviously, into the articles.
So they're a controversial bunch now and again. They make jokes that some would get offended by. Their fans don't usually get offended by it, but at this gig, America got offended by NoFX. They made a joke about the country gig shooting last year. You know, the guy that shot from the hotel. I don't know names.
Okay. That's fucking... They made a joke.
I mean, they joked about it, yeah.
How... What?
I mean, apparently, like 5 to 10 minutes prior, they made a joke about singing a song about Muslims and not getting shot about it, and everyone was like, Muslims, funny. And then as soon as they get insult Americans, they're like, whoa, no. And NoFX are known for not absolutely ever apologising for jokes they make, and they've now apologised. So for some fans, that's like, it's just a joke, are actually fucking fuming at the band for apologising, while the other lot are still fuming, like, oh, no matter, okay, fair enough, you apologise, but it's a terrible joke to make. Really, I stand under the tree that doesn't get offended.
I mean, yeah, if you're going to pull punches, at least they're doing it on both sides.
Yeah, I make this, well, as you know, I make the sickest, darkest jokes that won't ever be repeated on a live podcast. But, yeah, I'm like, unless you're like a family member of it, or like you lost a loved one, that's a shame. Obviously a shame, but I don't really get offended by people.
It's worth pointing out...
Scott!
It's worth pointing out as well that the band have lost sponsorship from a beer that was sponsoring them.
They have, and they've been taken away from a festival as well.
Yeah, which is just, I mean, yep.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, yeah.
Have been rumoured to be a mysterious project at the moment. Not sure if this is it or not, but they are working on a new song for Black Ops 4 Call of Duty game. They've had a song on every single Black Ops game, I think. They're good mates with the head of Treyarch.
Oh, okay, that's fucking jokes.
And he loves their music, so...
What
band is that? That's NoFX.
That we were talking about
It's
prior
spelt
to that.
No, and then FX. Journalist. So yeah, that's...
Journalists that are only reading from headlines.
Yes.
Because we're so fucking good at
I'm
this.
very excited for that, though. Obviously, me.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, this is big. Fucking Francis Bean Cobain's ex claims Courtney Love tried to kill him. Now...
That is something, isn't it?
That is something. Interesting.
There we go. Let's make sure the t-shirt's shown at least once. And the tits, of course. That's what's going on. Yeah, that is pretty big. We can't discuss it any further because we don't know nothing else about it, but... Like, obviously the rumours...
I'm going to read into it.
Conspiracies about it.
And we will definitely talk about that a week on Monday, because that is something that I feel like I want to know more about. And by then I'm hoping...
If we remember on the day of getting back from download, yeah. We may get back to you on it.
We might not.
Anyway, what was the... someone died as well.
Someone did die. Let's not put my cup in front of the camera.
No.
I'm fucking so awake right now. It's great. Somebody did die. Who died?
I think that's at the bottom, possibly. The final. Yes, formal anal cunt guitarist died in a mall escalator accident. I wish I looked more into that because it sounds interesting in a sadistic way, but...
I mean, it does, and to be fair...
I guess it just fell.
I'm just going to do it right now because it's the last bit of news. So, Josh Martin, former guitarist for grindcore outfit Anal Cunt, has reportedly died after falling from an escalator at the Providence Place Mall in Providence, Rhode Island. Okay, this is weird. The guitarist, aged 45 or 46, per various sources, was not named in the initial wave of local reports.
Also, a few people died then.
Well, I don't know. Not necessarily. Was not named in the initial wave of local reports. So that would be like somebody's died. Loads of people saying that.
Oh, right.
Nobody had a name for him.
That's possible.
But yeah, it was confirmed that the man who fell into the accident was indeed Martin. So crazy.
Shame. Rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, man.
Any death sucks.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just... One eyewitness says they saw the victim clowning around and riding the rail of the escalator.
Ah.
So, shit.
Well, still rest in peace, but if
Yeah.
you're fucking around, then a little less sympathy.
Says that the man fell one floor on an escalator that extended from the movie theatre to the food court and hit his head, sustaining injuries.
Killer. Oh, that was a bad word to use. Orcs.
Podcast title.
Yeah,
you
I'll
write
write it down.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to let you take care of that then, because I'm going to just take a 10-second nap.
So, that is the news, guys.
Yeah, so it's kind of a bit weird and a bit shit all round in some ways, apart from the Avenged thing. That's kind of big.
Fantastic.
Sick!
Oh,
Are you
Gareth,
ready?
we've got both
sir?
Pavies.
Both Pavies.
It's a Pavey kind of day.
Mate, are you fucking ready?
I am partially ready.
So, if anybody tuned in the other day, I got put under the spotlight and roasted in the nicest way possible, actually. I thought you were going to be a lot harsher than you were.
That makes me worry that you're going to be a lot harsher than I was.
No, I'm alright, actually. I took inspiration from how well crafted and pleasant your questioning was.
Thank you.
So I decided to do the same.
That's kind.
It is kind.
That's nice.
Stop rubbing your elbow.
I'm putting the Bhutanton further in, to be fair.
Oh, well.
Steven.
Stepan.
Right, hit me with your rhythm stick.
Hit me with your best shot. Now, question 1. I decided to do this in like a structured way that was kind of like chronological as best as I possibly could.
Cool.
Earliest memory of a song or an album that you loved, and that is in general, not necessarily metal or like specific to rock or metal.
Spice World, Spice Girls.
Wow.
Yes.
Explain yourself.
So, when I was a kid, me and my twin brothers, they were twins, I'm not a twin.
I was going to say, what? We just did the news.
Yeah, me and my... It's not scratching, it's rubbing. I put my pants on just before the podcast and it was just gooey.
You tell him.
So, Spice Girls, yeah, when I was a kid, that was kind of our band. So, they were on the TV, they were rising a lot of the time.
So you had two brothers that also really dug Spice Girls?
Yes.
Excellent.
Blaming my parents.
No. I blame you entirely.
And we all had a favourite Spice Girl as well.
Excellent. Which one was yours? Ginger Spice?
No.
Which one?
Posh Spice. Victoria Beckham. Maybe it's because I'm a fucking higher class guy. Maybe it's because I was young and stupid and she had skin that wasn't just skin back then. She had skin.
Easy way to qualify who's fucking doable and who's not.
They got skin, get them!
Right, that's 2 titles already. Oh, killer. Brilliant. So yeah, okay, that's interesting. I wasn't... Posh was just punching above her weight though.
I mean, as a 5-year-old, I would have taken her.
Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wait.
think so. I think she's punching.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
is.
I think that was an insult compliment. Yeah, compliment.
Excellent.
What, £2? Oh, right, yes, that's what she was above back then. So, yeah, that was my earliest love of music.
Very interesting, sir.
I still think Two Become One is a rateable song.
So in some senses then that kind of does lead me into my next question. So obviously you haven't lived with your twin brothers for how long?
Oh, since I was 12-ish. So we're looking at fucking 15 years.
Didn't want to say no. Showing your age.
15 years, Rob.
All right, fair enough. I would like to carry on packing punches at you, but I'm only 2 years younger than you. How old are you? 26, 27?
27.
27.
I mean, if you couldn't figure out that 12 plus 15 was 27, then I'll start packing punches at you.
I mean, now that you mention it, that's math I probably should have done. Yeah. But I'm too fucking tired for this shit. So, kind of leads me on to my next question. Was music something that you grew up heavily with? Or did you develop what would become this level of interest?
No.
On your own accord?
Music was pretty heavy in my family. I mean, are you going to ask me about what my parents were into, or should I answer this now?
I mean, yeah, kind of, in a broader sense. So, let's not go too heavily into, like, specific influences. But
okay.
Just how much music was kind of around you.
Yeah, music was played a lot. My mum played a lot of music in the house, and every time I go out in the car, my dad would play music as well.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm sure my dad played music in the house, but obviously I remember more from my mum in the house.
Does your mum still like play a lot of her own music around the house?
Not these days, no. But she has a radio on.
Fair
so
enough.
Music is playing, but it's not her choices of music.
So how old were you when you first kind of felt your interest was like more rock and metal orientated?
14.
Okay, so
maybe
this is
15.
Just a little while after Spice Girls.
Quite a fair while after Spice Girls.
A couple of years.
So the
3 years.
The 12 thing. No, that's when they last lived with me, right?
Oh, okay.
Spice Girls was a lot younger.
Okay.
Yeah. Spice Girls was a lot younger than that. So that was when I was probably like 6 and they were 4, maybe 7 and 5.
Okay. So what kind of music would you sort of listen to from Spice Girls onwards?
So the first ever album, not that I bought. If you're going to ask me that later, that's fine. Because that's a great...
I mean, actually, to be fair, I can just put that in now. So what was the first album that you ever bought?
Before I get into that, the first album that I think I requested that I got, so Spice Girls was given to me, was the album with Hey Mickey, You're So Fine, was on there. I was like, I like that song quite a lot.
What was it, like a compilation album? Or?
No, it was their album,
but
that was the only song I cared for. The first ever album I bought was All the Things She Said by Tattoo.
Excellent.
Which is still a fantastic song, and I still adore it. And it's just reminding me it's not my Spotify playlist, so I'm doing that after work. After work, this is not work, this is fun.
This is...
After podcast.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, kind of leads me on to my next one again. I like how this flow is working. Can you take us
I did see the Spice Girls movie, and I fucking loved it. Yes.
Perhaps that's one I should have asked. I mean, the same just kind of came out perfectly there. I have seen Spice Girls and I loved it. And Scott's just like, yeah, same, bro. So, can you take us through an overview of like the timeline until you discovered rock and metal?
Okay, so I once was born. I was back in 91.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man.
You were born?
Yeah, fucking weird, right? Some people don't get that.
A question.
Spaniards. I don't know where I was going with that. So I just chose a country at random. It's not racism, fuck you. Now, yeah, the earliest memory I have is Spice Girls, and I'm playing quite a few tracks on like the CD player or something. And
that's going down. Spaniards.
Fucking full list here. Full page of names of podcast. So I listened to a lot of like random stuff that was just on, and then I know like so when I hit like how old was I when I bought Tattoo? Must have been like 13.
Okay.
Maybe 12. I remember going to Sainsbury's and buying it. I was like, yes, this is my album. First ever. I think I even said to myself, I think I remember my first ever album. And here we are. Anyhow, so then I like heard some Linkin Park. And I quite liked it. Hybrid Theory. and I heard some Evanescence, and I quite liked it as well.
So you didn't really have many other you didn't really dip your toe in many other genres before rock and metal?
No, pop. I listen to a lot of pop. So I'll tell you the story of. Shall I tell you? This is the time for the story of how I transitioned to metal.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and sorry, just before I do this, are you going to ask me about my parents, what they listen to more specifically later? Is that what you said?
That's next.
Yeah, cool. So here's how I transitioned into metal. Age 14, I had an iPod Mini.
Oh, hot diggity
and
daffodil.
it didn't have many songs in it because
they had a gig of memory.
These were like the bulky minis, man. Before the nanos, these were like the bulky fucking minis.
So the not so minis.
Yeah, yeah. And I had, what did I have on there? I had Britney Spears' Toxic, my only guilty pleasure to this day. In case you're gonna ask, sorry, I ruined it. And Gwen Stefani. Cause I ain't no hollaback girl. I swear, as a child, I may have sang "I Ain't No Hollaback Boy" because I thought, don't want to sing girl, do I? Especially on the bus out loud. Hey, I didn't do that. I had the Streets.
Hey y'all.
Had the Streets on there.
Fucking hell.
Couple of tracks. I thought the rest of it was garbage.
Okay.
It's me, man. I can't deal with that kind of shit usually, but they had a couple of good songs.
Do you like Scroobius Pip?
I've heard the name, but no, probably not. I haven't heard them, so I can't say no, but I can fully well assume.
Them.
It's a person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either way, so I had this iPod, and I went to the glorious land of Sir Frank Markham School. Shit. And this is where I reunited with Michael Savage, who I knew as a child as Michael Dix. And we were really pretty much best mates when we were a kid, and then I met with him there, and we went around to some guy called Dave Winter. You know Dave Winter?
Yeah.
Went around his house, and they heard the music on my iPods, and they were disgusted by it. So they said they took my iPod off me. They deleted everything on there, but I said do not delete Toxic. And they're like, right, you keep on with that song, that's fine. And they put some music on my iPod, and it was heavy metal. And they put a few tracks from Waking the Fallen by Avenged Sevenfold.
Interesting.
And some other stuff. I can't remember what the other stuff was. And that is when? Do you want to go further into the story now? Or
no, that's kind of where we wanted to get up until you discovered rock and metal.
So, but before that, I kind of, in Santa I saw the Greeby People, and I bought a chain, so I thought it looked cool. And so I went a bit of black, but I didn't really listen to the music too much, like from Linkin Park and Evanescence, so I was really like a fake Grebo at the time. But that was
so you would still listen to Britney Spears and stuff and dress like a...
Yeah, but I wasn't full Grebo. I'd wear black jeans a bit more often, and I'd wear a chain because I thought it looked cool. But I'd still wear a normal t-shirt.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, that next one was going to be influences from your family, friends, etc. that you feel have shaped the things that you like now. So I suppose obviously Dave and
that changed me by force.
Savage, yeah, kind of that's the big kind of push into that area. But were there any others that preemptively before that kind of led you down that path at all?
No.
So what kind of influences were you surrounded by?
So very different from my mother and father. So my dad's would listen to a lot of The Jam.
Excellent. Barry
White.
Wow.
Who I love to this day. And The Who. They were his top three, to my memory. And Queen, of course, sorry.
100%.
Top four. I'd say Queen was more to my father, but I'm pretty sure my mum liked Queen as well. My mum is very different in her music choice. So I'd hear a lot of Blondie. I'd hear a lot of Shania Twain. More on that story as it develops. Storyline.
See, I actually was going to make a concerted effort not to say it this episode as well.
Oh, okay. Well, so, here I am.
No, yeah, thanks.
And then... I just remembered, sorry, rewind. I remember another album that was bought for me after Mickey, You're So Fine. And my mum and dad, especially my mum, regretted buying it for me, and that was Limp Biscuit hot dog flavoured water.
Chocolate Starfish.
Chocolate Starfish, yes. Water. They bought that for me because I was like, oh, can I have this? I've heard Limp Bizkit. I like that song from wrestling, which was Rolling, which wasn't too bad. And then some of the other tracks on there were a lot more sweary. And my mum heard it from my room and she was like, I don't think that's my video. I'm like, okay, I'm cool. So anyway, back to this question. Yes, my mum, but her top two favourites are Roy Orbison.
Wow.
And The Prodigy. So yeah, she had a very eclectic music taste.
Yeah. Okay.
But I enjoyed all of it. Some more than others. I appreciate Roy Orbison more now than I did before, apart from I liked Pretty Woman when I was younger. I don't ever listen to Roy Orbison, but I appreciate it more. Prodigy has stuck with me.
Yeah. They kind of have their toes in similar sort of crowds.
Yeah, exactly.
Us anyway, so okay, fair enough. So you kind of did touch upon it there, but we're going to go into it a bit more detail. How the fuck does Shania Twain fit into the grand scheme of things? Just explain this to me, to the point where you went to go and see her this year or last year?
Last year in September the 10th.
I was 4 rows back.
About 4 p.m. Hot summer day in autumn. Yes. So Shania Twain was played a fair bit when I was younger. I remember one year, me and my brother and my dad were shopping in Tesco, and they were like, oh, choose a CD for your mum. It was on Mother's Day or her birthday, or Christmas, but I think it was one of the other two. And I thought, okay, that one, Shania Twain. I know she likes Shania Twain, and I think I got the greatest hits, and she played a lot more often. Then, kind of, as we got older and she didn't listen to Shania Twain as much, kind of just died out for me. And then I think I just, a good few years, maybe 5, maybe more years back, I heard a song by her for the first time in like a decade, or at least 5 years. And it brought it back.
So what is it about her that, like, is it like her vocal style? Is it just her? Is it her persona? Is it like the whole kind of musical ensemble once it's all pulled together?
So why I like the music now? I mean, I think I may have got. I think I liked to. So when I was younger, I liked it because it was music and it sounded good, and it was kind of played so much that it was drawn into my head.
Yeah.
Also, I was a young boy. She was hot. Can't deny it. That always helps. That sells, especially to young, influenceable boys. But yeah, that's not enough to get her back in my life for me to start listening to her properly. Yeah, her music's just awesome. Her voice is amazing. I always say she's a fucking goddess, and I don't use that lightly. She's fucking amazing. So she's definitely my favourite non-metal or rock artist.
Okay.
And yeah, she's just fun. Like, so you know, like in rock and metal, it's not rare. It's not often. It is rare that you get just fucking fun, right? It's a lot more serious, a lot more darker tone to metal and rock. With her, she's just like, yeah, that's fun. And her soft songs are fucking brilliant too.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sadly, yeah.
That's fun. Let's get on with it. Man. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like a woman. I messed that up next to... Does not compute.
Excellent.
Yeah, love Shania.
So this one's not one that I've written down, but just something that randomly popped into my head here because we've talked about both of them now.
Okay.
How much would you lose your shit if Shania Twain joined Avenged on a song and sung with them in a metal style, but with her power?
2 words in, I knew what you were going to ask. I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Exactly. This is why I thought I'd ask. Because
the thing is, they've had like country style songs before Avenged, like Gunslinger or Dear God, and they both had female vocals in it, which worked really fucking well. But you wouldn't want Shania Twain taking a back seat. You'd want them being pretty equal.
Yeah.
And to have that equality, not the word equality, I mean like that 50-50 of Shania and Avenged, not gender-based for this fucking point. Tune in 2 weeks ago. Or 2 podcasts ago, should I say. And
yeah, that's probably a little bit more accurate.
I don't think I'd be keen.
Interesting.
Because their styles are so different. To have her not being a backing, or them not being backing, it wouldn't make sense because you're either taking the fun away from Shania and making it too metally, or you're adding the fun to Avenged, which they can be fun, but their fun is a little piece of heaven where they talk about necrophilia. Right? That's not Shania Twain fun.
Oh mate, I can't wait for next week.
Oh my God. So
they will, right? They will.
Almost guaranteed.
Excellent.
Trust me. Side note, sorry, just bugger off for a second. Side note, yeah, when they play Little Piece of Heaven and the that bit and the 70,000 people doing it, dripping from your knees.
I'm already I'm already dripping.
And welcome back to the podcast. So no, I would not be down.
Sick, right? Okay. So mad. You kind of already answered this, but I want you to think a little bit more openly.
However, sorry.
Whoa,
sorry,
Sonny Jim. Yeah, what?
Shadows could pull off the guesting in her song.
Interesting.
He's versatile and he's done so many. He's like been with Good Charlotte. He's been with Machine Gun Kelly. He's like a rapper. I think he could fit in. He's quite.
No, I said I do.
Oh right, okay.
Shit, but I do.
Yeah, he's been one of his songs. He's been in like a death metal song, I believe. So I'm pretty sure he could be versatile. I still wouldn't be down for it, but better than Shania with Avenged as a whole, regardless of which side you go on. No, definitely not. I'd still say no to Shadows and Shania. Sounds like a little pop group. We are Shadows and Shania.
Buy our merch.
So yeah, no, that's that. Sorry.
Continue. Yeah, so I want you to think more heavily onto this. Do you, Mr. Heafy, have any other guilty pleasures other than Britney Spears' Toxic?
No.
I just don't believe you.
No, because I have Barry White, I have Natalie Imbruglia Torn, I have Shania Twain. I don't feel guilty about them at all.
Well, why do you feel guilty about Toxic then?
Because it's Britney fucking Spears. That's just like, ugh. I know I shouldn't like it, whereas Torn is a fucking classic.
Yeah,
Barry White.
Classic. Torn is a classic, I tell you.
Nicole, the sounds, the classics. And oh god, but I just know I should like Toxic, but it's just so good. And that music video, as a young impressionable boy, was gold. But she looks. Don't tell. Come on, Britney Spears pre-haircuts. This is what you heard at the time, right? Pre the balding, and
pre the balding,
and she fucking looked great.
This is gonna be hard.
She's basically wearing nothing but jewels, and creative minds think more or less than Jules, and then she's got that red hair in the motorbike thing. I'm like, damn, Daniel. Right, so, and then the black hair in the other bit, she looked great.
Pre the balding though.
But the song is also really good. Yeah, post the balding, it's terrible. Post Malone's best friend, post the balding. Cheers for tuning in, guys, this is fun.
I can't do Oh, why? Why Post Malone?
I don't.
Post the balding.
Worst raw mail ever.
God. Water Malone.
Okay.
What was your first overplayed metal band that you liked?
Metal or metal and rock?
Metal and rock.
Blink 182.
Was that pre the balding or post?
There was no balding.
Blink 182. That's surprising, seeing as whenever they've come on around you, like through my car stereo or whatever, you're like, ugh.
Because I hate them now.
Interesting.
Back in the day, I thought they were great. Well, I thought they were good to great. They were just overplayed a lot.
Okay. Any others sort of around that same sort of time, or is that
overplayed?
Like to the point. I mean, like I picked the example of Bullet as a band for me earlier this week.
I didn't ask if anything was overplayed though.
No.
Oh, that's like. Oh, so you like
you
a
said
band?
like which one was like my niche band that I like latched onto first, and that's kind of what I'm asking here, but in an album instead of a band. Like, what was the first? Oh no, yeah, I did say band. What was your first like overplayed metal band?
Oh, so that I played.
Yeah, like
Sorry, I thought you meant that was just overplayed
your go-to,
around me.
No, but your go-to.
Oh, Avenged Sevenfold.
That was your very first.
Yeah.
Out of rock and metal.
Yeah.
So there were no other bands that you listened to, like...
Because my change was pretty much from almost nothing to everything.
To almost easy.
Bam. Yeah, Avenged was the first band that I rinsed.
Fair enough.
Still to this day.
Yeah, okay. What did your family think when you first started listening to metal?
So when you say family, at this point it's me and my mum. Pretty sure she was fine with it. She didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, her music taste was very eclectic. She was like she was all over the place in terms of her music taste. She wasn't all over the place. She was fine, but the music tastes were very like you wouldn't put Prodigy and Roy Orbison in the same sentence usually.
No.
So no, I just kind of started doing it. She noticed my clothes and hair changes. No, there was no issue.
Fair enough. Right. So this is kind of a two-part question.
Right.
What was your first non-metal gig?
Shania Twain last year.
Really?
Yeah.
That answers my question. Then your first metal gig
was Avenged Sevenfold on the 24th of January 2008 at the Brixton Academy.
In...
Carling Academy back at the time. In Brixton.
No, in what year?
2008.
Right, okay. So, yeah, definitely then answers like my sort of net around both questions, which was which one came first. So you went to go see a metal show before any other?
Yes, and that's a metal show of stature. I went to the Pits before this, but
okay,
there was no big band at the Pits that I saw.
Okay, fair enough. Do you remember the first band that you ever saw at the Pits? Like your first Pits gig?
I know my first love at the Pits gig.
Go on.
Desperate Cycle.
Interesting.
Fucking great band at the time. Young and wasted, young and drinking lots of beer and smoking lots of pot.
Are there any bands that you discovered back then that you hate now? Which Blink is
entirely one of them.
Any others? Like from the very early points of you discovering sort of rock and metal?
That I hate now?
Yeah, or just have strong distaste for, or, you know, would rather not listen to than listen to. Just anything that weighs in the favour.
Yeah, one of the big bands that I started off with was Aiden.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah.
No. It's been educational, sunrise. People. No.
Die Romantic.
After the amount of people, like, amount of vocalists that you're like, oh, they're fucking whiny fucking vocalists.
Yeah. But this, I was younger. I don't like them at all now. When they announced the last tour, like, last year or the year before, I was tempted to go for nostalgia's sake. But I would have liked, like, 3 songs. And that was it. Another one's Him.
What?
Him.
What's wrong with Him?
Again, they're not hatred, but I loved them. Like and Love Is Gone, best hits album. I think the best hits album. Didn't have Wings of a Butterfly on it, which is weird. I adored that album when I was younger, in school, like 16. And then I wouldn't listen to them now.
Wow. I still listen to some Him songs.
A couple of tracks. Join Me was the best song they ever made.
Kiss of Dawn. Fucking tune.
I think, was that on the Venus Doom album?
Possibly.
That was the album that came out after. That was where I cut off.
Okay. I really liked that song. And yeah, that's probably about where I kind of just didn't listen anymore. So it's interesting. It's fair that you point that out because I've not really listened to Him all that much, but I did used to listen to them a lot.
I went to a complete stoppage, as we've mentioned before on the podcast, a complete stoppage of My Chemical Romance for a good few years until I heard one track. I was like, oh, that's fucking... Oh, it was Go To You. And I was like, I might listen to MCR again.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Oh my god. So all of that kind of proves that, like, tastes change. So what are your 3 most enjoyed bands now?
Okay, so...
In order, so we'll go from third to first.
This is tough, because I know my top 2.
Okay, well, let's go first to third.
Okay, so the top 1 is obvious, it's Avenged Sevenfold. I adore them, everyone knows that.
Second place?
Alter Bridge.
Interesting.
Because I fucking love Miles Kennedy.
I wasn't too sure if it was going to go Bullet or Alter Bridge.
See, I'm not even sure Bullet's going to make third. Because of how far they've fallen. If you asked this question 5 years ago, it would be an absolute definite Avenged, Bullet, and a third, probably Slipknot.
Okay.
Now I'm not sure.
Alter Bridge weren't even part of the mix until over the past 3
Fortress is where it kicked up, but even then they were going up to top 15. maybe top 10, and then I saw them live, and now I've just keep on listening to them a lot more recently. God damn man. Third place is really tough. As it's overall, and it's not just albums, it's live as well.
Yep.
I'm gonna probably.
I mean, I let you know about this question preemptively.
Yeah, you
as well.
did. I was going to think about it, then totally didn't. I'm gonna say Slipknot, because even though it was they released the Dog Shite of .5, the Great Chapter, and even though All Hope Is Gone was okay,
live though.
Live, they just fucking nail it every time.
Not every time.
Almost every time. Out of the 6 times I've seen them, one of them was okay. The rest were fantastic.
2013?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Download 2013.
Yes.
Because I think I saw them twice that year.
And because it's download next week!
5 days time!
Mate, speaking of which, download is next week.
What are the odds?
For each day, what is your plan? Now, I'm going to get you the lineup.
Fantastic.
Because I am a nice guy when I want to be.
You are so helpful to me.
Just be good to me.
Do you guys have any random questions you want to throw my way?
I was thinking about doing this. I was thinking about opening it up a little bit to the public and maybe putting out a little post. But then we only had a couple of days to do it. So
yeah, I thought it on the way here, and then I was like, oh, I should mention that. And I thought, maybe not mention it because we didn't do it for you. But now I've mentioned it. Questions, bring them to me. Preferably music related and not about the girth of my elbow.
The girth in your elbow? I do apologise, my phone is being a bit of a dark.
Oh, dark. I love darks. Crispy dark.
Fucking dark. Mate, will you just stop being a prick? Okay. There is your lineup, sir. So, run me through your plan for the Friday.
So, people that are going to download with me know this. Every time events will play, I will be there from the opening of that day until they finish. Did it for 2014, front row for the entire day.
What song do you sing in the shower the most?
I'll get to that in a second. So, for Friday, I'm going to be main stage all day. So, I will be seeing Boston Manor, Avatar, Dragon Force, who I somehow miss every year that they're there, because they usually play on Sunday, and they're like the first band, and I'm like, it's all the way over there, and it was really long.
Oh, that's just feels like it's going to be horrible.
So Dragon Force, yeah. So Boston Manor, Avatar, Dragon Force, Marmozets, Volbeat, Bullet for Valentine, who I've waited fucking ever for them to be like playing directly before Avenged, and then Avenged to headline. For the Saturday.
So have they never done this?
Not in the UK. They've done it recently in America, and maybe even before in America before. So on the Saturday, what did I say that was wrong?
No idea.
Well, whatever. So on Saturday and Sunday are both quiet days. I'm probably going to wake up at some point, and I will start off by seeing. If people are going up, I've heard a lot about Bury Tomorrow. I'm not sure what they're like.
Okay.
I think Sophie likes them and Courtney, but they like Bear too, so I'm going to tread lightly. Again, if anyone's seen them, I guess Alexandria.
Yeah,
but I don't really care at the same time.
Ah, you should.
This is both Saturday and Sunday drinking ones from anyway, so I probably won't care what's on. Definitely Baby Metal. And then Blackstone Cherry and Guns N' Roses.
Fucking ace. Sunday.
And Sunday, I will be going up slightly earlier because I want to see Cradle of Filth.
Excellent.
I say that, but they will be on about 11:30, so we'll see. Then I feel like if I'm there anyway, I may as well stick around and watch some Hatebreed.
Yeah.
And In This Moment. And then anywhere but with Black Veil Brides. So I think Body Count featuring Ice-T. Not that I really care about them, but Courtney wants to go see him, so I thought I may as well. Bury Tomorrow, good live. Well, I'll definitely check that out, Mr. Spencer. And yeah, so Body Count featuring Ice-T, I may. Musical
Covered.
Guilty Pleasure has been covered, but just to throw it out, I actually only have one, which is Toxic by Britney Spears. Which is a fucking tune. Now, so yeah, Cradle of Filth, Hatebreed, In This Moment. Body Count featuring Ice-T. Just in case you don't know, and anyone going to download, the stage times are released on Monday. And then I will hesitantly go and see Manson because I've seen him 3 times. '09 was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen Bring Me live. When they did the Twins of Evil tour with Rob Zombie, fucking fantastic. He was great. Download 2015 when he played there and headlined second stage after being banned for 6 years because of '09. Not too keen, but it wasn't as bad. So I'll go see it. But if
What do you
it's
reckon
shit,
it's going to be?
I worry it's probably going to be shit.
Yeah.
At least bad. I don't think it's going to be a good show. But he's opening, like, he's sub-headlining Ozzy, so I'm hoping he's got like some decorum.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's got something to pull out.
If
that's not his fucking dick.
If he's shit, I'll go check out Rise Against.
Okay, interesting.
Because
I'll actually join you on that if Manson is like really god awful.
Yep. And then regardless of what I do, I'll be returning for the beginning of Ozzy.
Yeah. 100%.
For Sophie's question, what do you think?
You sing in the shower the most?
I don't have a shower. got a bath, and I have music on when I'm bathing. So whatever's on.
Little piece of heaven. Amazing. Right. So, most recent gig, sir.
We didn't actually ever cover this properly, so thank you. Added feature. I saw Machine Head live this month, on the 19th, I think, in the Roundhouse in London, in Camden.
Cool.
Good venue. I've never seen Machine Head there, but both times been great. It was a Machine...
Oh, you've seen him twice there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was an evening with Machine Head, and they played a 3-hour and fucking 5-minute set.
Wow.
No breaks. Like, it was great. The crowd was nuts. I had quite a few drinks. Lewis had a few more drinks than me. May have slightly stepped outside for a while. I'll leave you here, man. And I really enjoyed it. However, because it is so long, like, it's weird because if I'm at the front, I would have stayed there. If I'm further back, not at a normal gig, which is kind of rare these days, because I usually like being in the front row. But I was like, front row is not important for Machine Head when it's a 3-hour set. Now, usually, if I'm further back, go for fags in between bands. Yeah. Watch the band. When it's 3 hours, you're going to have go for a few fags, especially when you're drinking during the band. Now, I looked at the set list. Now, the set list changed every night at points, right? And for ages, this was the second night in London. Or at least, yeah, it was the second night in London. That's right. It was one of 2 nights, but either way, it was either the second night or it was the first night to be announced. No, it was whatever. It was one of 2 nights.
Yeah.
So it changed. They changed it a bit more on this one, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. But when I was looking at the set list, I was like, right, I've got a 2-song gap. I don't really care about these songs. I'm going to go for a smoke quickly. No, sorry, it's a 3-song gap. Go for a smoke. Grab a pint. I came back and, but after looking at the set list, after I went, I had missed 2 songs that I fucking love, and they weren't on the rest of the set list. It was very, very, very upsetting. But other than that, no, good gig. That was my most recent gig.
Man, that's that's fucked up. So next question.
Are you about halfway through now?
Yeah, near enough. If you're 555,
then I'm in your 666.
See,
was that the question?
Yeah. And so, what's it like to be a heretic?
There can't be the next question.
It is.
Really?
I've even written it down.
I mean, Heretic's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When would you say... I'm not going to keep this up. Most embarrassing moment at a live show?
I'm glad you asked. So, whilst mine doesn't involve a friend shitting themselves and falling over, it's not like I need to be quiet. They can go back and watch the last podcast.
You just want to get views.
Tune in to watch our shit ourselves. Now, any injuries from gigs, I will get back to... No, actually, just the answer's unfortunately no. Actually...
More on that stuff.
What an...
I didn't say it. I didn't even finish
I'll
it.
tell you, that in a second, Mr. Spencer. So, I was still really gooey. So,
Wow.
Wow. Okay, bye.
Gooey.
Right, what was your question again, sorry?
Most embarrassing moment at a live show?
Right, so it's not really... It's embarrassing to me. So, download 2010, my second download.
Okay.
I was ready and raring to go see Killswitch Engage on the Friday. They weren't previously announced, but someone pulled out. Wolfmother pulled out, so Killswitch were brought in. Okay. I was very happy because I don't really care about Wolfmother, and I love Killswitch. And it's back in the Howard days, who I prefer, but I don't think it's Jesse, but fucking Howard. And I went to go see them. As I mentioned earlier while you were playing them, it's funny you mentioned 36 Crazy Fists on, because 36 Crazy Fists were on before them. I think it was 2010. Either way, maybe not even 2010, but it was a year that they were on before.
Yeah.
And I was shattered. So I went and laid down while 36 Crazy Fists were on. Put a jumper over my face, it was nice heat. And yeah, happy days. I then woke up halfway through Killswitch Engage's set. They happened to be singing Breathe Life. I literally woke up to the words Breathe Life. I was like, what the fuck's... That's Howard! What's going on? And my favourite song is Rose of Sharon, which they at the time always ended with.
Right.
And they didn't play it, and I was so angry. I saw like 4 songs, and I found that it opened with Rose of Sharon, which is just what a killer way to open. Literally, take the stage, numb and broken. Like, amazing. So, yeah, I was pretty fucking embarrassed that I just fucking woke up.
You fell asleep in the arena. That's an
Fell asleep in the arena, and it was fairly close, like, to the stage, and I woke up. Like, people crowded around me while I was sleeping. Like, that's how close I was to the stage. And I woke up halfway through the band. I was probably at least top 3 most excited to see of the weekend.
Wow.
And they started with my favourite song. Killer. For injuries from gigs, I've been pretty lucky. I don't really mosh, so nothing from that. The only injury, so the only other time I've had to go to the med tent was Bloodstock, the year that Slayer headlined. And me and my girlfriend at the time, Hayley, were watching Slayer, because she fucking adores them, and I like them. And the last song they played, they had just asked everyone to fucking crowd surf.
Oh, okay.
And I'm fine with people crowd surfing. But crowd surfing, I don't know if it's because it was a Slayer gig, but it was just so much more fucking reckless, and people just fucking flying their arms around. There's a certain weird etiquette to crowd surfing, and don't be a cunt. And I got far too many knocks to the head. Like, even when I was turning around, like, there was just someone else coming in, and someone boot went to my fucking forehead. Someone's elbow landed on my forehead, and then just as I believe it was the last person that went over my head, I was getting really angry. So every time someone got over, I was like, "Fucking cunt, fuck you, fuck." Like, I was like, "Fuck you!" Like, punch them as they're going past, like I'm a prick. And yeah, this time, the last person to go over was to my right, going over Hayley, and I was trying to like protect her a bit. Not that she fucking needed it, she's brutal, but your girlfriend, you would protect her from a falling man. Yeah. And this boot just goes straight into my temple, and I'm like, that fucking hurt. I'm not even angry anymore, I'm just like, okay, I'm dazed. And we'll go to walk off back to the campsite in Bloodstock, and luckily with Bloodstock, the campsite it's arena campsite. It's fucking glorious. 5 minutes from tent to stage. And yeah, I started walking, I was like, no, I'm going to the med tent because I feel, I can't see where I'm walking right now.
Concussion.
Yeah, possibly. Did not feel good. So it's nothing too crazy, apart from the fact it happened at Slayer gig, but that's my biggest injury.
Fair enough. Fuck that. If you could replace any drummer in a band, who would it be?
Now?
Yeah.
Brooks Wackerman.
Okay.
In Avenged. Because I love Avenged.
Who would it have been when the Rev was drumming?
Let me answer that after I answer this. I love Avenged, and the thought of drumming with him was fucking perfect. Who would have been with the Rev?
Bearing in mind that, like I said last week as well, any band that you drum for, you can't go and see live again.
Yeah, that crossed my mind, but I'd get to hang out with them all the fucking time.
You get to write music with them.
Yes.
So.
Who would it be if it was the Rev? Would it have been the Rev?
No.
But at the time, I wouldn't have known what I know now. No, because he was my favourite member and he was my idol and is my idol. So no, it wouldn't be the Rev. Are you asking me at the time when the Rev was there, or are you asking me if the Rev was still here now? Or both?
I mean, yeah, we could do both. I guess if I had to choose one, it would be if the Rev was still here now.
Right, we'll go with both. So if it was 2008 now, 2008, I would probably choose to be the drummer of Bullet.
Okay.
Now, with a contract signed that I couldn't be fired, it would be Slipknot.
Okay, cool. So obviously, touching upon Avenged there, and for obvious reasons, we're not going to go into too much detail with this one. But without too much detail, explain how A7X came to be such an important band for you.
So we're going on from my story earlier, when my iPod was changed.
Yeah, so let's pick it up from there.
Back it up. So, back in whatever year that was...
Do you want to show it?
What are they?
Choose. You can choose. They're not.
Sovereign, okay. When I was 14ish, so we're looking at about 2004. As I mentioned earlier, my iPod was taken from me and all my pop was deleted from it, bar Toxic by Britney Spears, through personal choice. And they gave me some metal, I think. So they gave me Wait and Bleed by Slipknot. They gave me Chapter 4 and Unholy Confessions by Avenged Sevenfold. And they gave me a couple of other tracks I can't remember right now. I believe one of them may have been Cradle of Filth. Maybe. Anywho, so, and Sun by Rammstein.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, with Avenged, I was round their house before they did this. And they put on the first ever Avenged Sevenfold song I heard was Chapter 4 from Waking the Fallen.
Did you like it?
I hated it. I hated it. I've gone from pop to screaming and this thrashing noise of a guitar and the banging of a drum, and I was like, it's not going to fucking work. Like, this sounds awful. I feel sick saying these words, but we're talking past tense. And I was like, this is just, no. Bring me back some Gwen Stefani, yo. And...
Holla my back girl.
Then they played Unholy Confessions. And I still wasn't keen. But I thought, I remember saying it was better.
The fuck?
Yeah. So I...
Such an alien concept.
It is, isn't it? Yes. Me with short hair and my trackies. Like, no, man!
This ain't G enough for me.
And, yeah, so they gave me iPod, they told me to listen to it. I remember going to school on the bus, because this is where I was going to Leon at this point. And, yeah, I stuck it on, and I was like, kind of listening to Toxic, and then Toxic again. I was like, I'm bored of Toxic, because I've played it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Which could happen with any song, to be fair. So I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll give this shit a go again. And I put Unholy Confessions back on. And I was like, I'm just going to sit back without the pressure of someone going, like, looking at me, like, kind of like, you need to like this. I just thought, sit back.
Listen. And
just listened. And then the whole... I was like, oh, it's kind of catchy. Kind of annoying as well, but... and then I was like, oh, that sounded pretty cool. And then at the end with the crazy fucking bass pedals, that sounds pretty good as well. I'll listen to Chapter 4. Maybe not. And a week later, in 2004, Avenged Sevenfold became my favourite band. Unholy Confessions became my favourite song. And hasn't changed since then.
How? Why? Did you just play it a couple more times and thought, this is really fucking good?
Yeah, I forced myself, like, right, I want to get into this, because there are certain elements that are kind of grabbing me, but other elements that push me away. And the vocals were probably the hardest part at first, because the screaming is very different from anything else.
Yeah, when you're a pop fan, especially.
Exactly.
You a pop fan.
I know.
Pop cunt.
Man. So I got into it that way and forced myself to listen to it. And then after about a week, something about the drums kept grabbing me more than anything else.
So were you a drummer at this point? You've
No.
never sat behind a kit at
Nothing. The only instrument I played was violin. When I was like in year 4.
Amazing.
Yeah, so the drum kept grabbing me, and I was like, this sounds too insane, I want to listen to more. So I asked for the full album from them, and that's when I heard songs like Second Heartbeat and any other song on the album.
And just from there.
It just happened. It's really weird. It wasn't like getting into it slowly. It was kind of a nah, maybe, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair fucking play.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I know this list anyway, maybe. But who are your 3 favourite vocalists?
Now this is tough. So this is in no order again. I'll tell you.
In no order.
Yeah, well, no, it can be in order. My top is M Shadows.
Yeah.
I love his versatility. His scream's amazing. His singing is only getting better.
He's come a long way.
Yeah, I've fucking love his vocals since the start. Second, the best fucking singer in rock, period, is Miles Kennedy.
Yep.
He does things to me that no 50-year-old man should. Scary. Third is tough.
Yeah.
Third is real tough. So, let's throw a few out. Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage is fucking beautiful. His voice is.
You are going to have to pick.
I'm going to have to pick. I know that. Corey Taylor is up there as well.
Ignoring the egotistical twat side.
Yeah, this is just based on the voice. Vocals, yeah.
Which I realise is kind of hypocritical because I did factor in how much of a bellend he was last week, but it didn't.
Yeah, but your choice was
didn't really alter my choice. No.
So, and his vocals in Stone Sour are amazing as well.
So Howard, Corey.
I mean, Matt Heafy's vocals are great as well from Trivium.
He's come a long way.
Yeah.
A real long way.
His screaming in the new album, his singing in the new album, as well as Silence in the Snow, is fantastic. It's a really tough choice. It's a shame. I know Howard's got a new band. It's a shame Killswitch aren't still Howard, in my opinion. But I'm going to say it's probably Howard Jones.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, it's not. I thought that the other day and somebody's got my mind. Howard Jones, I love you to bits. It's Justin fucking Hill.
Hey,
from Sixth. Well, formerly from Sixth.
Fucking hell, it's been a few weeks since we mentioned them.
Yeah, right, what's happened?
I know, I let it slip.
His voice is fucking amazing. Yeah, Justin Hill from Sixth, for sure.
Cool. 3 favourite drummers?
Wow, that's tough. 2 are easy, 1 is not. No, it's not. In
order.
In the first place of all time?
No, let's go with living. Because
it would have been the Rev.
Vocalists are living.
So. And now it's difficult again.
Excellent.
Third place is tough. Lars Ulrich. Oh, fuck.
I just decided I don't want to be your friend anymore. I'm joking, you're fine. But you need to pick 3 drummers. Current, alive, and well.
And in the band they're currently in?
No, just 3 drummers.
Okay, so first place is Joey Jordison.
Okay.
A very close second is Brooks Wackerman.
Okay.
Third, Mike Portnoy gets a shout out.
Yeah, that's worthy.
Because he's brilliant, and not just because of Avenged, other stuff as well.
Dreamfitter, man.
Yep. But, and I don't even know his fucking name, but the Trivium drummer for Ascendancy.
Don't know. But...
fucking great.
Mm.
I'm sure there's other drummers out there, and probably like loads of people will say, "Oh, fucking hell, we should mention Neil Peart and stuff like that." I just never really got into Rush. No, I haven't tried, to be fair, so it's not like I don't dislike them. But his drumming when I was younger.
For what it's worth, Neil Peart doesn't always really get to showcase like the extent of his ability, like in the music. It's when you go and see bands like that live, and you see that he's got like a 27-piece kit that he will do a mad fucking solo on at some point. That is like.
Right. Fair.
I mean, in that sense, yes, great drummers and everything, but we're talking from a musical perspective, like from a band.
My buttocks are really, really numb. Oh, squeaky. Just in case.
My buttocks are really numb. My are really numb. I mean, you can call it that if you want. My are really numb. Not the design.
My buttocks are numb. Yeah, no, I was set up for third place with the dude from Trivium, but that's because he played a big input to my drumming when I was younger.
Okay, sick. No, that's very
and that fucking drum beat to Paul Hardin strings.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking sounds great.
Okay, most overrated band in your opinion?
Bring Me the Horizon. I'm going to give you a second because it's obvious. Overrated.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many. I'm just going to throw out a few.
The most overrated.
For most overrated. For content purposes, I'm going to throw out a few.
Yeah.
You won't like all of these. Bring Me the Horizon for sure. They probably win it. Blink-182. Enter Shikari, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So I don't really think Enter Shikari are like overrated anymore. That's the thing. I think a lot of people have cottoned on to the fact that the last 2 albums have been absolutely
Yeah,
shit.
they're still headlining second stages at festivals.
That's because they've got the stature there now. But...
So yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers as well.
Did I almost spark a fire there?
No, I thought of a band, but I'm not sure if I... Do I really think they're overrated?
Who? We'll discuss.
I'm going to explain this in detail first. No, after. But Iron Maiden. AC/DC as well. No, wait. AC/DC I just don't like, and they're egotistic twats, but they created something special, and so have Maiden. I just...
Maiden have created something special, have they?
Yeah.
No, mate. They're one of the most fucking well-known forces of metal ever.
So AC/DC? Yeah,
no,
they are.
Yeah, not on the same level. In my opinion, not on the same level.
No, yeah, of course, opinions, but I think in the overall spectrum of things, both of those bands are maybe as huge as each other. Either way, okay.
Let's throw this one out to the fans. Anybody that's seeing this now, Maiden, are they as big as AC/DC? Are they as relevant, or have they done as much? You know what we're getting at.
I'm going to retract both Maiden and AC/DC. I just think that I like Maiden.
Yeah.
I like some AC/DC songs.
Okay.
I have nothing against either band. Well, apart from the egotistic twatnish of AC/DC. I don't think
Bruce can be.
I think now, at this point, AC/DC shouldn't be as big as they are. But I still feel blasphemous saying it. Same with Maiden. So no, I'm retracting both. Yeah. But I still say they're on the borderline.
So who else?
So yeah, I think it's just those 4 that I mentioned.
Cool.
Maybe even Bullet. And
Five
Five Finger.
Most overrated.
No, it's Bring Me the Horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon. Okay. Most underrated band in your opinion?
Oh, Event. No, I'm joking. Underrated band.
In your opinion, the most underrated band. And why? Seeing as we've kind of done that for a little bit and I did net these questions with a and why for both. So
I'm gonna say 6th.
Okay.
Because whilst I understand they're very different from a lot of bands, even
they're
in
an acquired taste.
That's the best way of saying it. They just don't get. I feel like they still don't get recognition of what they've done. They create a genre. Debatable or not, but people at their shows said it. Fans of them say it. Even people that they are like, even the media says it. Like with Metal Hammer, how they helped create a genre. I am losing my freedom of speech. I will speak. I don't know. So 6th are definitely possible.
Any other notable mentions? Is that who you're going to say is like the most?
No, I'm trying to think of more. That's the only one that's come to mind. Any other mentions? Underrated. Maybe Rob Zombie.
Really?
I mean, he's huge, but not huge enough.
Okay.
I think he is headlining second stages and sub-headlining festivals. But I don't know.
Do you think he's worthy of a headline slot?
Not a download, no. He headlined Bloodstock, and that was great, and I think he deserved that. But Bloodstock also...
Smaller scale.
Yeah, they also put Lamb of God, Slayer, and Trivium on there, and Machine Head. No, I'm not. I'm saying 6th.
Cool. Fair enough. Which brings us on to our final little net of questions. If you were stranded on a desert island, one food you would take with you?
This is tough. And I haven't really thought about it in the last 2 days, by the way. I've gone into this blind.
See, I have. And I can't remember what I settled on in the end the other day. Carbonara or some shit like that, wasn't it?
Beef stir fry.
Beef stir fry in the end. I didn't even fucking steak. Steak.
Yeah, steak's not one of my 2. So, with the freedom to shit anywhere I want, it's either... I will decide between the 2. It's either a chicken fowl with keema rice, keema naan, and onion bhajis, or, if it's possible, home-cooked by my grandma lamb roast dinner.
Well, this is like a fantasy thing, so it'd literally just be one meal that you would have to eat for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And it can be like mystically prepared by a certain person or prepared in a certain way if that's like part of the experience of it. Yes, you can say
unbelievably miss my curry, but if I'm gonna choose a curry, it's gonna be fowl, and I don't want that every day.
no.
So it's my nan. My nan? No, I never say that. My grandma's lamb roast dinner.
Cool.
With mint sauce and a fuck ton of bread sauce or onion sauce. Either way.
Bread sauce. Interesting. One drink that you would take with you, sir.
It can't be mixed, can it? We said this the other day, didn't we?
I don't think we actually touched upon it. But no, because it's like Coke. Yeah, it's like yeah.
I would because you went for this Rana because you couldn't mix things. One singular drink would be,
and I would want to get buzzed every day.
Because I can't have Coke, I would have Jack Daniel's Fire.
Interesting, good choice. One game that you would take with you.
Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Good man. Fuck. Although I suppose I still might have shied away from that for replayability's sake because I never want to overplay a Zelda game. I never have. I've never played a Zelda game to the point where I've been bored, ever. But I would never want to.
In that case, no, now you say that. Although I think Ocarina of Time is the best game of all time, I might actually go for Breath of the Wild. There's a lot more you can do in that.
Yeah, I would argue it'd still get there though. It'd still get
there. I think any game would.
Yeah, I guess so.
Breath of the Wild for me.
Cool. One TV series.
Heroes.
Brilliant. Fucking awesome choice. One film.
Cunt. Oh yeah, I got fucking last.
That's a sick film.
Yeah, mate. Just a gaping Vaj.
A gaping Vaj.
I got mocked for this when I said it on Beatdown podcast. But it's probably my favourite film.
Go on.
Austin Powers Goldmember.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And one album.
Awaken the Fallen by Ben Sevenfold.
Cool. And that, sir, is question time over.
Thank you very much.
We have now gotten to know Kieran. I feel slightly more educated.
Good.
A lot of things I already kind of guessed, already knew.
Through the Aiden there, you were surprised?
Yeah, thoroughly. So, yeah, that was sick.
It is now time to review Rise to Remain.
Yeah.
Review time, baby. Well, unless you got something else to say before that?
No.
Review time, baby.
All good.
So, with little to no notice, we are reviewing an album you already know pretty well, and that is City of Vultures by Rise to Remain.
Sick.
Shall I start off?
Yes, because I am going to need your listening.
Yes.
So I didn't even bother writing anything down because I have listened to this album a lot.
We have the intro song titled Intro.
Yes.
So for me, it was an alright intro.
It's kind of similar to a lot of stuff that's already out there. With the rain falling and...
Yeah, but also the helicopter and the kind of weird background noise. It was alright, but I feel like it could have been a lot better. It didn't really build up to anything well.
I feel like The Serpent is a bit of an abrupt way to go into the next song.
Yeah, but the intro, they could have done the album like that, or a better intro. Like, the intro didn't really add to it.
Yeah, 100%, yeah, I feel that.
I feel like it could have been better with a short vocal part, to be honest.
Yeah, that's arguable. I would also say that if I wouldn't be like butthurt at all if they just cut it out entirely.
Yeah, no. So we're going to The Serpent?
Yep.
So I'm quite a fan of this song.
Yep.
Instruments are fantastic. Austin's soft vocals are incredible.
Yes, he's a fucking awesome singer.
Two big fucking words there. To actually go in there with.
Burning the desk.
I am. What a coincidence! It's not a coincidence. It's just naughtiness.
Naughtiness. It's just naughtiness, mate.
So yeah, to say fantastic and incredible on the first song is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Not too keen on the heavy vocals, but I like the mix. So anyone that knows me, I think I even wrote this down later on, so I might repeat it, but anyone that knows me knows that my favourite type of vocal music is 50-50, screaming and singing. So, your thoughts on that song?
I fucking love it. So, if you remember, this is one of the first albums that I went and picked up off my own back. I literally had money in my pocket and I thought, I'm going to go and buy a new album of the band that I've never heard of before. Because I used to do that a lot with like pocket money and stuff, but this was money that I had like earned. So this was like the first time that I went out and I thought I'm going to spend some of my money that I've earned like on an album. And Yeah, it was a kick in the fucking face to open an album straight away, and the drums.
Yeah, all the instruments really good.
Yeah, the guitarists are really sick as well. More on that later on.
Yes.
So,
This Day Is Mine is track 3. And for me, it's not as good as The Serpent.
No.
But it's still an alright song. No heavy vocals on this one, but the softer vocals seem to actually lack because of that.
There's some heavy.
Was it? I didn't even notice them.
Yeah, it's few and far between, but there is some.
I know what I felt though was with the heaviness, heavy vocals gone, the soft vocals seemed to lack. They weren't as powerful as they were in Serpent.
Okay, yeah, that's arguable. By comparison, I suppose that would happen, I guess.
I feel like if they had the soft vocals that were in the Serpent in this, it could have been on one of the top tracks. Oh, by the way, the Serpent I've underlined as a top track on the album.
Okay, is it the top?
No.
Excellent. I didn't
More
think
about
so.
that
I
now.
didn't think so. Excellent.
City of Vultures.
Okay, yeah.
Back into heavy vocals, and I like them a lot.
Yeah.
More this time.
Yeah.
So, kind of reminds me of Matt Duffy. The vocals in this. Oh, I was listening to that.
Yeah,
Sounds like Duffy,
actually,
man.
that's fucking apt. That's really apt.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Shout out to Matt Duffy.
Yep.
Fucking.
And if you like good screaming vocals, check out Amongst Phantoms, new band, possibly to be reviewed at some point.
More on that story some other time.
So yeah, the mix of soft and heavy vocals is, as I've mentioned before, my perfect mix, and it works very well on this track. Perhaps best track on the album. That's what I wrote at the time of listening. It is the best track on the album. The contrast of styles on the song is great, and while have I jumped a song forward? No, the contrast of styles on this song is great, and while the outro of the song is simplistic, it sounds really good.
I like it a lot, the outro. It's got the little, I don't even know what instrument it really is, but it's like guitar mixed with, something. It sounds, really ambient, and it's I like it a lot. And, yeah, we go on to...
Dun, 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 smells like out. Talking Whispers.
I'm intrigued to hear what you have to say.
Is this your favourite song?
Yes.
Okay. The guitar work on this one is great, however the track is of a slower pace and doesn't really grab me, to be honest.
Mate, definitely agree with the guitar work, because that is, for me, this is a big deal. So whenever a song can snag a top spot or a place, on my playlist, because of something other than the drums or the vocals, it's a big deal. So that could be just the way that a certain part of the song sounds or something like that. Mate, when that solo kicks in though,
it's good.
It's really good. And then when it goes into the sweepy bit afterwards, so you've got a kind of sustained solo-y bit at the beginning, and then it goes into the wow.
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard it, I was just like, mate, goosebumps straight up. Fucking check this album out. It's so good. Next.
God Can Bleed.
Yes.
So all aspects of this song is good. The instruments are on point and the vocals sound good too, but for some reason it just doesn't hold my attention when put together.
Interesting. Yeah, I really like it. The drums for this are really fucking awesome for me, just because after the first chorus and the breakdown into the second verse again, where you've got he changes the drums up a little bit because it fits with the guitar. They change both a little bit from the first verse into the second verse. And yeah, the drums through that part just, every time, love it.
Cool. Power Through Fear. So same as the previous song, not sure why it's not grabbing me because each aspect is at least good, perhaps it just doesn't work together.
For me, I quite like pretty much everything on the album, but this song is one of the lower down for me. Bearing in mind that this was released as a single as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the singles, which I just don't agree with. I don't really think it has that captivity about it, personally. But that's me.
So, Nothing Left.
Yes.
Okay, this is how I wrote it. Okay, this album is starting to fail me now.
Oh.
This song is pretty weak. There's just no passion. No passion there. Is it somehow... Wait, let me read this before I write. 'Cause I remember writing something, I was like, I'm not sure how I'm feeling. I was like, yeah, oh, that's right. Is it somehow getting samey whilst being different? The album, at this point, was everything seems a bit different from the rest, but it's getting samey at the same time. It was really confusing for me.
Interesting. This is up there. It's not one of my faves, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like it.
Cool. So We Will Last Forever. First thing I wrote was awkward.
Yeah.
They've now split up.
Yeah.
This seems to have more passion, this track. Still nothing amazing.
Okay, interesting. I kind of agree. To be fair, it's like you can tell that they were trying to sort of create something with it, but just not quite. Didn't quite sell for me.
No.
Next.
Illusions. So, part of me feels like the album is rising again, but as the song goes on, I lose faith again. It actually has a similar sound to the new Bullet for My Valentine tracks.
Yikes.
That's what I got from it there. Yeah.
Heavy.
Which is not heavy. Which isn't a good sign.
No, guess not.
Illusions?
Not a fan, but it's not bad.
Okay.
Musically, it's really good. Really, really good. But then I can say that for pretty much the entire album.
So, Roads, too slow a pace. I feel it doesn't suit their sound. The song's alright, but nothing more.
Okay. I quite like it. It's not... There's nothing like too amazing about it, I guess, but
Right.
I feel like its placement on the album is at least right because they go out with a bigger bang.
Right. So, Bridges Will Burn.
Yes.
I've put that. I'm glad it's the last song. It's a heavy one to finish us off, which is a good thing. It's actually a pretty good track, but too little, too late.
Okay. So you were kind of not sold at this point already?
No, I was so excited for the album to end.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
What were your thoughts on this final track?
Yeah, I like the heaviness of... Or I like the fact that they sort of chose it as like an album exit. Again, though, it's not like up there for me.
No. So to finish it off, I don't actually write an overall, I just kind of say an overall at the end, but because of little planning, and I actually wrote fuck all this week because you interviewed me.
Yeah.
The album starts off so strong in the first 4 or 5 tracks, including intro, and gets even better, which is the 4 or 5 tracks. Sorry, it starts off well and then starts off strong in the first 2 tracks and gets even better with City of Vultures. But the continuous fall from the midway point is detrimental. That even a good album closer can't save it. I kind of feel genuine disappointment after the build-up of how that's what I've written. So
Yeah.
after the build-up of like, okay, this is cool. Oh, okay, this is good. I'm fucking liking this.
And sometimes that can be more damaging as well.
Yeah,
because...
it really was. They put all their shit songs in one place, and you're going through like a 6-7 song wait to the end.
Okay, that's fair.
So I feel like if this was an EP from intro to City of Vultures, it may have got a good 9 out of 10.
Wow, interesting.
The album killed it. It's a 5 out of 10 from me.
Oh, lower than I thought, to be fair. I thought it might secure a 6.
Yeah? What are your thoughts?
For me, really like the album. I was really happy that I picked it up on a whim and I'd never even heard of them before. I didn't fucking realise that it was Bruce Dickinson's son when I picked up the album.
Oh, that's the point. There are certain points when he has these like softer, higher vocals. I'm like, you can hear it.
Yeah, 100%.
I liked it. It wasn't like it was imitating. It was just similar. Didn't feel like he was trying to be his dad.
No, and I feel like a lot of people wanted that, and he was...
He shouldn't. He's like...
From day one, he was just like, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? Yeah. Which I respect him for. Doesn't shape anything to do with the album, though. And for me, like, while I really did enjoy it, and at the time I picked it up, I listened to it like from front to end quite a few times. Going back to it and listening to it this time with more of like an analytical ear, you can pick out a lot of things that are a bit like I agreed with you, a little bit samey in some parts, but different at the same time. Like they play it differently, but it all kind of molds into the same or it all kind of fits into the same mold.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Totally. So for me, while you'd probably expect it to be, and I do still recommend checking out the album, 100%. While I do, you'd probably expect it to get like a high mark from me. I'm actually only going to give it a 7 out of 10.
7.
Yeah.
5, 7.
Yeah. So yeah,
cool.
Not bad. Not bad.
Right.
Alrighty then.
So, thank
That
you.
is us.
Yeah, thank you. We are only an hour and 20 into it. We're going to extend the outro for 10 minutes.
We're not, because that's not going to happen.
We would like to thank you for tuning in. Alright, yeah, cool. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to episode fucking 20.
Yes, mate. Fucking yes. We are still going. We are still going.
We are. And we've got more to come.
Yes.
So as you know, and if you tuned into both, which you fucking should have, if you missed Wednesday's episodes. In fact, let's just go for a little slight detail. We're usually every Monday. This week we were not because my car fucked up. And this is part 2 of 2 in the saga of the verses. So if you missed Wednesday's episode and you want to see me asking questions to Rob, the questions are different at times and same at the others. Very interesting from both parts, I'd say. That's not just me selling it. It was fucking interesting to interview you and hear your answers and vice versa.
Yeah, 100%.
So check out episode 19.
Fucking
Burger Shot.
Burger Shots.
And yeah, that's where I interviewed Rob. And you'll also see a review of Milk Teeth's full-length album, Vile Child. And that's that. So, yeah, usually, if you're like a new liker, if you're a new subscriber, buy our merch.
We don't have any merch, but you'll buy it anyway.
So we're usually on Mondays. So there wasn't a Monday this week. There's not going to be a Monday next week because this guy is not in Milton Keynes, where I will be. And it's my phone, so great. So we will be back the Monday of returning from download.
It's going to be an eventful one. We are going to be fucked up and drinking.
Yeah, we're going to be having our first... We've planned this for like a little while. Not like... We didn't know when, but we said it would always be fun to have a drinking one. So the best idea would be the day after, or the day of returning from download. So we're literally going to get back about 2 p.m. We're going to wash separately. And then...
We're going to wash separately?
And then...
Don't kill my vibe.
And then we'll be here at approximately 8 p.m.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It will be some time.
We'll post on the day. So the topic for that Monday will be the Ultimate Download Review.
Yes.
So we're not just talking bands, we're going to be talking about what the fuck happens in the campsites, anything that we have experienced together or separate over the weekend. Expect a drunken, long episode. I'm very excited.
I'm fucking, yep.
Nearly as much as download. Not as much as download.
Nowhere near as much
Nowhere near as much as download. But it's going to be fucking great.
It's going to be fucking great talking about download. And
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to see me fanboy of Avenged, you can tune into any episode, but that one especially. And we will be reviewing, so in case you missed it, we put up a poll on our page.
Vote in our
we
poll.
Always choose one each for the poll. And this time we never usually discuss it, but this time we decided to discuss it because of the fact that we need to really review it either before download or in the 4 hours we have after, in between getting back and podcast. So yeah, you have my pick of Come Whatever May started by Stone Sour, and his pick of The End of Heartache by Killswitch Engage. Both albums we know fairly well.
Yeah, which is good because we're not going to be in a fit state to do any actual journalism.
I mean, reviewing a whole festival is pretty impressive, especially when we hungover, fucked, and spanked at the same time. Anywho, so yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in. We will see you Monday week. Bye bye. Oh, missed the button. Bye. Missed it twice. Okay, bye.